hello there, beautiful people watching from home, and welcome to Sunday. First things first, happy Mother's Day to all the lovely mothers out there, and happy Mother's Day to all the lovely mothers in here as well. Yes, yes, yes. Everybody can clap for that, because everybody's either a mother, or at least has a mother. I've got my quad shot Americano that I've already had because I'm just so jacked. I've been up since like 4 in the morning, ready for day number 1. And I mean Sunday number 1. I mean finals day number 1 of the 2022 AVP Tour. And let's get it started, shall we? It is time to meet the players looking to make it into the semi-finals. And first up, oh my goodness, we've been watching her for a long, long time. This first team has 2 Emilys because one's not enough. But if you put 2 Emilys together, it's going to be incredible. First up, she's got her own entourage. Where is the entourage? Yes, supplanting themselves in the middle of the stands. Let me hear it for Emily Day. And her partner, we've got to say, happy Mother's Day to you, Emily, because yes, Gilbert, let's be real. Gilby is your child. You've spent more money on Gilbert than most people have on their real children. Let me hear it for the shocker out of Wichita State, Emily Stockman. And their opponents. You know, it's a tricky day for these two out of USC and UCLA because good chance they're going to be fighting each other in the national championship again in a couple hours. Yep. Yes, they are, but we're going to put that aside for now. And first off, we're going to say hello to the Bruin. Originally out of LMU, then went over to UCLA, got herself some national championships, and now is looking to take over on the AVP Tour. Let me hear it for Sarah Sponcil. And her partner in her days at USC, she was a back-to-back national champion out of the University of Southern California. And I can't wait to see Therese fire the cannon. Who's Gilbert? That is in there. For the first point, Emily Stockman will serve 1-0. Been waiting to see the Emilys here on Stadium Court. And they have made it, and they get the first 2 points. Emily Day, Emily Stockman, brand new team here at AVP Austin. Emily Stockman will serve, originally out of Colorado Springs, Colorado. And Therese with the first kill for her team. It's 1-2. Attacking the sideline is 4-1. Quick start for the Emily. Using every inch of the course. Nice touch on the block, and then a beautiful set from Emily Stockman. Day was ready. That was a quick transition after the touch on the block to get ready to go for that. This is the quarterfinal round. Welcome to AVP Austin, everybody. You see the wind has started to pick up a little bit earlier than it did the last couple days. Could be in for a windy one. Another ace right on the back line. It's 5-1. One of the strengths of Emily Day and longtime partner Betsy Flint was the serves. And she keeps that going. Another good serve up the middle. It was a nice pass, but a wayward set. And a 6-1 start for Emily Stockman and Emily Day. We'll switch sides every 7 points here in sets number 1 and 2. Playing best 2 out of 3 to make it to the semifinals. And we're going to take an early team timeout. Timeout by Sponcil and Cannon. We'll be using courts stadium court and court number 1 for the first 4 rounds today. Over on court number 1 at 13-10, Kelly Kalinsky, Sarah Hughes leading Taryn Cloth and Kristen Nuss, now 11-13. Winner of this match on stadium court will take on Sarah Pavin and Melissa Umana Paredes in the semifinals. And the winner of Hughes Kalinsky Cloth Nuss will go up against Kelly Chang and Betsy Flint in the semifinals to start at about 11:15. Therese wraps one up to save the side out, 2-6. And she'll serve. Therese Cannon, part of the powerhouse USC, who won the first number of national championships in the NCAA. UCLA got a couple. USC has been sort of back to the dominant force on the college side. Huge swing, Emily Day right up the middle. And just keeping it going, 8-2. Great swing by Sponcil on 2, but Stockman was all over it. This time she gives it to Therese, up and over down the line. Nice shot by her. It's 3-8. And a scoop from Sponcil sets a bit off the net, but she works with it. A little scoop and deliver, Sarah Sponcil, 4-8. We'll take the side switch at your basic workday, 9 to 5 here on Stadium Court. No basic workdays on the AVP. Not that there's really a basic workday anymore. We only work weekends. As DJ Ruche says, some people, they can work remote. We cannot work remote. I don't know, can you Bluetooth from Redondo Beach, DJ Ruche, and just, no. Tough serve, but a great pass. The Emilys are dialed in. Just dialed in right now. Stockman and Day, 10-6. Sometimes you'll hear me repeat things. I've got one mic that goes to both you on the broadcast side and to the crowd. And I've got one mic, the one I'm talking on now, that goes just to you at home. And the ace for Emily Stockman. The lead is back to 5. Big swing from Therese for 7-11. Therese Cannon, originally out of Pittsford, New York. Phenomenal young player, was excited to get the chance to team up with Sarah Sponcil, the Olympian from Tokyo, and see how this pair does together. Emily Day out of LMU played her college ball before the beach game got started in the NCAA, as did Emily Stockman, played at Wichita State. There's a big difference, hitting percentage, about 170 points higher for the Emilys compared to Therese and Sarah, but that'll help. Sarah Sponcil powers through the block. It's 8-12, 1 point to the Tech. And up and over down the line goes Emily Day. We'll take our technical timeout at 13-8. The entourage has been traveling with Emily Day for years and years and years. They've been on site all weekend long. Happy to be here on Stadium. Therese and Sarah are looking to make something happen to get back in here to set number 1. Therese Cannon and Sarah Sponcil got here into the quarterfinals after losing yesterday to Kelly Chang, Sarah Sponcil's former partner, and Betsy Flint. Emily Day and Emily Stockman had to win a couple matches yesterday in the contenders bracket to make it here to the 5th place contenders bracket quarterfinal round. Winner will take on 2019 world champions from Canada, Sarah Pavin and Melissa Umana Paredes, who have looked very, very good all weekend long. On the other side of the bracket, over on courts, number 1, Kalinsky Hughes and Cloth Nuss. Sarah Hughes, Kelly Kalinsky currently have a set point at 2018 in set number 1. Winner of that will take on Flint and Chang in the semifinal. Here we go, out of the technical timeout. We've got 13-8 and Emily Stockman at the line. High off the hands goes Therese Cannon. So Therese and Sarah settle in here in the midway point of set number 1. The Emilys looking to keep it rolling. It is 9-13. That is just out of bounds, no touch on the block. And it is 10-13. Great read from Sarah. Oh, what a pull and dig. Emily Day, and yes, preventing Cannon and Sponcil from getting 2 straight points on their serve for the first time in this match, and keeping the extended lead at 14-10. Awesome read from Sponcil, a little bit of an unaggressive approach from Stockman. But how about that pull from Emily Day? That's just out of bounds wide. It's 15-10. We'll keep you up to date on court number 1 throughout this match. It was 2018 for Hughes and Kalinsky, a couple straight points for Kloth and Nuss to tie it at 20. And of course, you got to win by 2. Hughes and Kalinsky got the next side out. So they will have a 3rd set point at 21-20. How about that up? Emily Stockman and then a little cutty pokey. 16-10, 3 in a row from the Emilys. And they are switching sides. Blackjacks on the board, 21 all on court number 1. Just an absolutely beautiful dig from Emily Stockman. And Emily Day has been ready. She knows that Stockman is dialed in when that ball passes her on the block. She has been turning around just like that, trusting her partner to get it. That shot was too good from Therese Cannon. 1 point to the side switch. Up by 5 with 5 to go. You would think it's a bit out of reach, but you never know. That is out of bounds. We're going to take the side switch at 12-16. Quick update on outer court number 1. Sarah Hughes, Kelly Kalinsky versus Taryn Kloth and Kristen Nuss. 22-22 in the first set. Ooh, deep angle swing is just out of bounds. A little bit of hesitation from the line judge. The entourage thought for a second it was in there. Emily took a look, saw that the ball mark was just about an inch off the line. It's back to a 3-point ball game. Another tough serve from Therese Cannon. She pulls after a good set, but yes, Sarah Sponcil right in her lap, and Stockman working, but it's just out of the reach of Emily Day. 4 points in a row for Cannon and Sponcil. It is 14-16, and we're going to take our final team timeout here in set number 1. Emily Day, one of the best at resetting out of the timeout. Her and her partner Betsy Flint of many years, their coach John Mayer, former AVP pro, and my former coach at Santa Monica College. They were, in my opinion, the best team at adjusting mid-game, especially out of a timeout. John, such a heady player, which you can also tell from leading the podcast, Coach Your Brains Out. He sees the game at such a high level and can usually come up with a pretty good plan. Not their coach right now, but the Emilys. Let's see how they adjust out of it as we're taking a peek inside court number 1. We're still going out of the 49-point side switch, 25-24. Sarah Hughes, Kelly Kalinsky, another set point, but that serve goes out of bounds, and it's 25-25. We'll keep an eye on that one, let you know how it ends up as we come back with Therese Cannon, another big serve. Nice recovery set from Emily Day, and Stockman finishes it off. Beautiful set from M. Day. It's 17-14. It will be Stockman to serve. Sponcil sort of forced into trying to get one over on two that time. Pass was way too tight. Emily Day's ready for it. It's 18-14. Had Emily Day been serving, that might have worked, but she was waiting at the net for it the entire time. Keeping the pressure on. Another big serve. This one comes out of the net, and now it's Day versus Cannon up there. Sponcil keeps it alive, and then what a dig from the blocker. And it is 19-14. M-Day chatting with the referee about something. I'm not exactly sure what. I don't know if she thought there was some contact under the net, like maybe Therese Cannon midway through that rally. Let's see here. Mutual contact is okay, right under the net. I don't know if that's what she was complaining about. I did not see anything right there. If you go under the net, fully under the net, and affect the team on the other side, that's when you can call interference. It is 20-14. It is set point for Day and Stockman. So especially in the second half of set number one, it has just been a game of runs. It's been back and forth and back and forth. There were, let's see, a 3-point run for Cannon Sponcil and a 3-point run for Day Stockman, a 4-point run for Cannon Sponcil, another 3-point run. It's just been all over the place. And we're going to take a side switch, most likely for the final time in this set. It is 20-15. We're going to switch sides at 20-15. The tables have slightly turned over on court number one. It is now 28-27, a set point for Kloth and Nuss against Hughes and Kalinsky. What a set one. Oh, and I hear a big cheer, including from people in purple shirts, which might mean that the LSU Tigers, Kloth and Nuss, have closed it out in 29-27. I can't quite tell. I'm waiting to see the score change on my screen as we see the score change to 16-20 on your screen. Can Sponcil find something from the service line? Yes, it trickles over. It trickles and drops over for Sarah Sponcil, the ace. It's 17-20. And to confirm, Kristen Nuss, Taryn Kloth do get the win in set number one. Wow. Down 18-20, got it back to 20s, and then back and forth it went, and they took it over Hughes and Kalinsky. Big start for the team out of LSU. A dig from Sponcil. Cannon on two, a little bit of confusion, it'll fall. It is 18-20. 4 points in a row for Therese and Sarah. No timeouts left. We play till we have a winner here in set number one. Not usual that you see a team get 2 4-point runs. And they're still down by 2 at the end of the set. It's been that kind of first set here on Stadium Court. The wind looking to pick up throughout the day. It's in there. An ace for Sarah Sponcil, and if you turned away, you're turning back and you're like, what? That's right, from 14-20 to 19-20. Another swing for the win, and that will get it done. And after all that, Emily Day and Emily Stockman do finish off set number one, 21-19. So 21-19 here, 29-27 on court one. I am liking what I'm seeing to start off this Sunday, everybody. And Doug Strauss, head statistician, has just been hovering for the last 2 minutes over me. And you know what? When people hover in the booth, it's usually annoying. But when it's Doug, you know something big is coming. I'll tell you what it is in a minute.
The AVP is brought to you by Monster Hydro, hard charging hydration. By Waikea Hawaiian Volcanic Water, sustainably sourced and naturally alkaline. Live Aloha, drink Waikea. And by Fabletics, premium performance apparel that won't break the bank.
Bakery, we're making your choice simple with Choose 2 options every day. Choose 2 of your favorites and turn a simple lunch into a perfectly paired meal. And we're not talking about a few Choose 2 options. Pair up any sandwich or panini, any cafe fresh salad or warm simmering soup, or any pan sauteed pasta. So many kitchen crafted options, so little time. Your perfect Choose 2 combination is waiting at the Corner Bakery.
Dear mainland, aloha. My brother and I hear that most of you only disable your phones when you fly. You call it airplane mode. But maybe you don't have to get on a plane to get away, yeah? Allow my brother to demonstrate. You know what we call this? Kona mode. One life, right? Mahalo.
Longboard Island Lager and Big Wave Golden Ale from Kona Brewing.
Those radio gym shorts that you have from college, they're done. Get them out of here. It's time to upgrade your short game with the one from Fabletics, man.
We love them. Your girlfriend will be stealing these. They're the best.
This fabric fixes another major issue, fit.
It's got this crazy stretch to it that looks so cute when I do my yoga or errands or like literally anything. They're the most comfortable, best feeling, luxe-tastic fabric that we have ever worn.
It's the choices we make that define us.
Tryon Trevor is coming off a tough, heartbreaking loss.
And ultimately, the enemy is within. Some people want it, some wish for it, but others make it happen.
Tryon Trevor is super lethal, bringing fire and passion to the court.
How will you take charge?
Welcome back to Austin after a little bit of a crazy finish. 5 straight points in set number 1 for that pair, Therese Cannon and Sarah Sponcil. Sarah Sponcil was at the service line, Therese at the net when they went on that run. Eventually, the Emilys did get it done and finish it off. Starting off 6-1, 8-2, and holding on by a thread to the victory in the end. We start back at 0 here in set number 2. My name is Mark Sherman. Happy to be with you all day long here on the broadcast, especially for this first match. Emily Stockman with the big swing. Stockman with the kill. She'll serve 1-0. Starting with the second match of the day, Cameron Irwin will be back in the house, as will Kyle Friend and Maddie Bishop, to take us through the rest of Championship Sunday here in Austin. Using the edge of the block for the kill, 1-1. So I mentioned Doug Strauss, premier stats man. Doug Strauss was hovering. He actually took a piece, thought I was being passive aggressive, and was like, I'm so sorry I was hovering. I'm like, no, I mean it. When you're hovering, it means you have something real to say. And he did. Both Sarah Sponcil and Emily Stockman made their first championship match here in Austin. Stockman was playing with Kim Cello in 2017, eventually lost to April Ross and Lauren Fendrick in the championship match. Sarah Sponcil was playing with Lauren Fendrick in 2018 in her first championship match on the AVP Tour here in Austin. Also lost to April Ross, but April was playing with Alex Kleinman. It was their first win of many as a team on the AVP Tour. Thanks, Doug. Just does squeak it around the block and getting it right on the edge of the line for the put away. We're at 2-2. Boy, how about Sponcil pushing that set all the way out there, but the shot goes wide. The Emilys, 3-2. 1 point to the side switch at 3-3. Sarah Sponcil out of Phoenix, Arizona, back to serve. Ripping away with nobody up there, Emily Stockman out of Colorado Springs with the big swing. We'll take the switch at 4-3. Quick start out on court number 1. Clothe and Nuss after finishing it off in the extended first set. Lead 8-4 in set number 2. The crowd was out early. Myself, AVP writer and editor Kim Smith, as well as producer Daniel, were here at about 8:15, and the crowd was already filling up that area under the trees, under the shade. DJ Rouchet was already getting the tunes going, starting from about 7:45. Gets paid a little extra to get here way earlier than me. Meanwhile, AVP photographer Empu Danani was late as usual, didn't get in the house till about 8:45. Kaboom! Sponcil. 5-4. And yes, fiance Kim, I am drunk with power. It's nice to be able to say something on a mic that everybody on site can't hear, because they might not find out till later and I don't have to deal with them immediately. A serve for Therese, right up the gut. It is 6-4. Both these teams having success from the service line here in the first match of the day. That'll do. That is ace number 3 for the Emilys. 4 aces for Cannon and Sponcil, and make it 4-4 in that category. Have yourself another Emily Day to take the lead 7-6. Double-digit kills, 5 combined blocks and aces. Now we're not even to the second side switch in set number 2. Well, I guess we are now. Sponcil with the kill. We're tied at 7 at the switch. Big serving match for both these teams so far. 3 aces each for Sarah Sponcil and Emily Day. 1 ace each for Therese Cannon and Emily Stockman. And that combined with only 1 service error for each team. Another pretty good serve to put the pressure on. Another chance here for Stockman, kiting that pokey tight along the net. Sponcil almost looked like she read it, but it was just too good from Emily Stockman. The hitting percentage stats getting closer and closer. Cannon and Sponcil were down by about 170 points. Now they're within 80, 364 to a 441 hitting percentage for Day and Stockman. That kill from Therese Cannon will up their number even more. And her second service error in the match, Therese Cannon. Not going to be too worried about that. Keep serving aggressive. That's where you've been getting your points. And a pretty good ratio of aces to errors. And there's another ace. 10-8. The entourage liking it. You ever hear somebody in the background yell, "Side out"? That would be Bob. That would be MDay's dad. Joan is, as DJ Rouchet is pointing out, Joan is absolutely getting in on the action. Very vocal on this Mother's Day Sunday. If you're just joining us, happy Mother's Day. Or if you were with us before, well, happy Mother's Day again. Can't be said enough. Side out. That was Joan. Now I'm used to. Maybe Bob's like very confident about this match and just saving his voice. A foot fault is the call. And initially Sarah was like, "Wait, are you sure?" And she's having a little chat. She is convinced, or otherwise moving on, one or the other. 1 point to the Tech. Beautiful set in the put away from Therese Cannon. It is 10-11 at the technical timeout in set 2. We're going to take a peek inside court number 1 as we take our technical timeout here on Stadium Court. Taryn Cloth and Kristen Nuss leading by 4, already up 1 set to none. It was tight all the way in the first set. Cloth and Nuss were down 2 set points, 18-20, before forcing the issue into overtime. Now 15-10. Cloth and Nuss sort of took the eyes of volleyball fans all over the country. And everybody's eyes just got a little bit wider. Like, who is this college team? Sure, they're good in college. Sure, they seemingly never lost a match in college, but what are they going to do out here on the tour? And they came in swinging. Pun fully intended. Very impressive last year. And we'll see if they can keep it going into the semifinal. Looks like they might be on their way. I'll let you know what happens out there at 17-10 as we are back out of the Tech here, 10-11. Emily sticking with it off the net and gets the side out for 12-10. Day and Stockman are like, "Yes, Big Wave Dave, I understand Emily is serving, but you need to be a little more specific." Love that high snap from M-Day. Pretty easy one there in the lap of Sarah Sponcil, going way outside. And what a play. Love that play from Cannon and Sponcil, shooting it way out to the antenna on the left side. And Sponcil will serve. Ooh, that one hangs in the net. Therese might have thought it was going down. It would have been a pretty impressive and unlikely save had she been going for it anyway, because it sort of hit the top of the tape and fell straight down. Bit of a higher level being played right now here in set number 2 than it was in set number 1. A bit streaky for both teams in the first, and we've been tight all the way so far. Nice set there to the middle of the court from Sponcil, but Emily to get the lead out to 3, their biggest lead of set number 2, the Emilys, 14-11. And we're going to take a timeout. Timeout from Cannon and Sponcil. If you are Emily Day and Emily Stockman, of course you're feeling good, but you know that as aggressive as Cannon and Sponcil are being from the service line, this thing ain't over until it's over. until you get to that 21 mark, which, by the way, on court number 1, we are ever so close to that match being over, it looks like. Cloth and Nuss, 20-12. They'll have 8 match points. A side out from Hughes and Kalinsky makes it 13-20, but that one is all but over. The crowd is settling in, and they know when the camera's on them. By the way, that man in the yellow shirt, volunteer of the weekend, been crushing it, been helping the teams warm up. I don't know his name, but maybe we'll get him on camera later. We'll see what we can do. Usually, if we're on site at an AVP and you see a cowboy hat, that would be Pierce, who is part of the operations crew, but he is just one of many here in Austin, Texas. Is Pierce not wearing his cowboy hat? Oh my gosh, what's happening? It's here, but he's not. I've never seen his head. And the cutty falls short out of a timeout. Another point for M&M. It's 15-11. We've got a final out on court number 1. Kristen Nuss and Taryn Cloth will be in the semifinals after finishing off set number 2, 21-13. On 2 with the left, Sarah Sponcil. 2-5. Sarah Hughes, Kelly Kalinsky finished with a 5th place here in Austin. One of these 2 teams will as well, and one will have a shot at the championship match. Won't quite trickle over that time. We're going to switch sides at 16-12. If there were ever a time to push your team, it would be right now. Who's rooting for Therese and Sarah to force set number 3? And who's going for the Emilys to take it in straight sets? Very tough deep serve. Could have been going out, could have been landing right on the line. Therese had to take it, and a chance to go up 5 with 4 to go. Not yet. Good pull with the offset, but Emily Stockman says, I can still put some pace on it from back here. It is 17-12. The read from Stockman. It was a nice high shot from Therese Cannon. But they're going to make her do something again, and this time it's up the middle in the seam. And Emily Stockman not quite there. Sarah Sponcil with 3 aces and just 1 service error. She has got to be aggressive. 13-17. Going to Stockman. That sharp angle's been working for the Shocker out of Wichita State. The mother of Gilbert. The prettiest dog you ever will see. All right, got to be creative. Not sure what Emily's talking about. Is she thinking it was over the net? An under? Let's take a look at the, see what we're looking at here. Emily's saying she came under the net, caused interference, inhibited her ability to go for the ball, and she's going to have to live with it. We're at 14-18. And let's see, I do not agree with Emily's argument. Didn't look like she was really inhibited from what she could have tried to do to get that ball. Jumbo lands just a bit wide. We're back within 3. Love that turn from Therese Cannon. Anytime you can extend the rally, even if you can't put it in a tough spot, but as long as you extend the rally, you never know. Cannon will continue to jump serve, continue to be aggressive. This one's deep, and it'll go down for the ace. An ace for Therese Cannon. We're going to take our final team timeout here in set number 1. I mentioned Emily Stockman's amazing dog, Gilbert. You can find him on Instagram at CowPigDog. Just how it sounds, Cow, Pig, Dog. Ah, yes, we see one more spot in that bracket filled in. The semifinals, Cloth, Nuss, Chang, and Flint. The newly married Kelly Clays Chang and her new volleyball partner, Betsy Flint, to take on Taryn Cloth and Kristen Nuss. My big question is, will anybody be able to get through Sarah and Melissa? Sarah Pavin, Melissa Umana Paredes. It has been lights out from them, looking like the former world champions. Beach Volleyball World Championships 2022 coming up in June from Rome, as they'll look to get another. We come back on the court out of the final timeout of set number 2. 16-18, 4 points for Cannon and Sponcil. That one's out of bounds, though. With a big side switch at 19-16. Credit the timeout for the point from the Emilys. They are 2 away from going up against Sarah and Mel in the semis. The women's semifinals set to start here on Stadium at 11:15 a.m. Gotta put that ball away, and she does. Therese Cannon with the kill right when she needed it. It's 17-19. And we've got ourselves a match point here on Stadium Core. 1 point to the semifinals for M&M. It's 2017. They'll keep it on Therese. Perfect set. She goes high line. The high line to stay alive. It's 18-20. 2 chances to side out for the win for the Emilys. Cannon at the line. This is the decision as a server. Do you keep it in and trust your defense? Do you keep being aggressive? And it looks like she'll be aggressive, although it ends up being about a 60% jump serve. Easy one for Stockman, but Sponcil is there. Was there a touch? There was not. There is no touch, and that will do it. 21-19, 21-18. Emily Day and Emily Stockman in their first tournament together will make it to the semifinals. A fun first match here on Stadium Court. Day and Stockman will now take on Melissa Umana Paredes and Sarah Pavin in the semifinals at 11:15 here on Stadium Court. Coming up next, we go to the men's side of the contenders bracket, and it's our first crab boil, ladies and gentlemen. Trevor Crab and Tribal to take on the tables. Umana Paredes Pavin, Day Stockman, Cloth Nuss, Chang and Flint to get started at 11:15 a.m.